Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on brushes and layers. Now you can create brushes on a layer, which is really great because one, you can delete the layer if you are very unhappy with it. So you do a drawing or do part of a drawing, you can remove it. Also, you can also duplicate them and combine them in different ways. So I'm just going to remove this now. So history, let's just get that back to a completely fresh document. And the key thing is, key panel here is layers. So window and layers. So simply just go to a layer, add a layer there, click OK. And now just go to the brushes. There's the brush. Now your brush tools may be in different position. There's my brush tool, depending on customization. Select a brush. Now I'm just going to go for one of these brushes and set the color maybe to black. Set the size. Now I'm also going to use, got the symmetry here. Symmetry is a real great feature, just so you can literally create amazing designs with just one brush stroke. So mandala and push it up to 8. And you can position this anywhere as well. So if you want to move that over here, up to you. But it's on a layer which you can then move around anyway. So now what you can do, go to the brush tool there and just apply your brush. And you can vary it, of course. You don't have to go with that one, particularly. Now, when you'll notice when you do this, it's actually quite slow. It's not the quick. Now, best thing is to avoid going over the edge. So if you're drawing it and you see, oh, a bit too close, just avoid. And it's always probably best to just start obviously where it's obviously the height, because clearly you don't want to go over. If you go too far over here, it will go over the edge, and then you'll get sort of a sharp cut off if you're going to use it as a layer. So you've got that design there now. Now I can remove symmetry, just simply turn it off by this, and you've got this design. And of course you can duplicate this, so you can fill the design, and you can recolor it. You can add additional things. You can also go to layer and layer style, and you can add a bevel emboss if you want. Maybe not, doesn't have to have a bevel emboss. You can also add gradients, so you can add some different, you can vary the color as well. That's another great thing with layers and brushes, is that you're not limited to the brush strokes that you made at the time. You can then just simply go and add maybe a gradient overlay like that. And you've got a variety of different colours, and also colour overlay itself. So you can always quickly go and, you know what, I want green for that one. So I can quickly change it. And that's just on a layer. And what you can then do is hold down the Alt or Option key, and you can duplicate the design. But then of course what you can do, just go over here. You can bring up that, and you can say, well, I don't want that one, I want orange. So instead of just brush strokes, when you've applied the brush, you're limited, you can't go back to it particularly and change it. But this, you can change it. You can vary it and vary the colour and so on and so on. And you can resize these designs. You can also turn them into smart objects. So if you want to, always go to a layer, smart object, and convert to smart object. Thing is, with smart object, just means that you basically, you can't add any new brush strokes to it though. But it does mean you can vary it, change it, add effects, and you're not damaging the underlying design. So filters, and you can apply filters, or again, go to layer style and add some more, maybe a bevel emboss, like that. So you can create all kinds of different things there. Now what you can also do, hold down the Alt or Option key, duplicate that design. I'm just quickly, let's just go down there to the green one, and you can see you can create those sort of designs. And once you've done that, you can select all of them. You can resize it if you want. But you can also turn it into a smart object, complete smart object. So layer menu, smart objects, convert to smart object. So you've got all these brush strokes, which is basically just created near up with just one or two brush strokes. Then that can be filters. I'm not going to do liquify. Liquify seems to be problematic for me at the moment. Distort, and maybe go for twirl. So go for twirl. You can see that effect there. And you can always, with smart objects, smart filters, you can always remove the twirl. So if you want to put it back, you can just bring it like that. But then what you can do, you can hold down the Alt or Option key, and you can duplicate the design again. And you can very rapidly fill your design with this. And of course what you can do still with this as a smart object is still basically a layer. What you can do, you can always go to layer, layer style, And layer style, yeah. I wonder why I didn't show it that time. Anyway, doesn't matter. Color overlay, and you can then add a color overlay to that. So change it so it stands out, and let's go for a blue. And there's your design there. Obviously you've lost the color, but if you wanted to have that color in there, you could just use maybe a blending mode. You can always go and vary the blending mode. So color overlay, and you can say, oh, you know what, I will go with darken instead. So you can create a variety of different designs, different like that. And that's from a basic brush stroke. And brushes with layers are really super effective. Also, so just flashing that now, really good if you say like want to draw straight lines and you want them all to be the same. So go to layer, new layer, and I'm just going to go for obviously a brush there, and let's choose a different brush. Let's just go for that one, real oils. And what you can do, you can just very now you could of course duplicate that line, and unfortunately Photoshop does not have sort of like it's got a mirror feature, but it doesn't have a sort of mirror feature where it sort of just applies them all. Like in Illustrator, you've now got this sort of feature where you can repeat them, do mirrors, and you can just spread them out. Here, you can't, which is a pity. So I think it would be nice if you could just duplicate that direction or that direction. But you can get around that by holding down the Alt Option key. It's a layer. So what you can do, you can just duplicate it and you get exactly the same design. So it's very hard to do that by trying to draw the line. And you can just duplicate these designs, just drag like that, and it will snap there. And of course, you've always then got the alignment as well. So you can select all those, and you've got, say you want to use there along the top, alignment there, and yeah. And also you can do here, you can distribute them. I think they're all okay anyway. But you've got that. What you can then do, of course, is you can hold down the Alt Option key and you can do the same there. And so on and so on. So you can create a whole range of different line designs, all identical, which of course then can be layer menu, smart objects, convert to smart object, and you've got the smart object, which of course what you can then do, you've got transform, so you can always go say like distort. And you can then distort those lines. Lets me do that, press return. And you've got that design, and of course what you can do, you can hold down the Alt Option key, and you've got other transforms, so you can go to Effect, Edit, and Transform, and flip horizontal. Just put that over there. So you can create some very interesting oddball designs like that, with lines, very quick and easy, just with one brush stroke, just by using layers, and as obviously combining with smart objects as transforms and all those sort of things as well. So, hope you found this tutorial of interest. Always have new tutorials all the time about Photoshop, Illustrator, and many other applications. Also, any comments? What things did I do right? What things did I do wrong? Any suggestions? Please let me know in the comments. Always appreciated. Also, a dislike or like. Also, please subscribe to the Graphicxtras channel. Always add them near enough every day, so that's always great. Thank you much.